All right, we picked up our Halloween books from the library, and I'm excited to tell you guys about some of them. The way that I do the library around the holidays is I use holds, and I put my holds in early, and that's the only way to get the books that I like. The first one that I'm going to tell you about is What Am I, Halloween by Anne Margaret Lewis. It's a look and see holiday book, and they have this kind of a book for lots of the different holidays, and I always make a point to put them on hold because my kids really love them. My 2-year-old loves the lift the flap feature on each page. And my bigger kids love the riddles and trying to solve them, and the kids take turns guessing them, and anyway, it's all very fun. Here's my little helper. Hi, Laura. You helping Mama? Hi. How beautiful. The next one that I'm going to tell you about is a longer book. It's especially good for my son Isaac. Elise sits through it really well as well. Caleb, not so much. It highlights a class that is doing an experiment to learn about pumpkins. They have 3 different pumpkins, and they're trying to see which one has the most seeds inside of it. And it goes through the whole process of them making their hypothesis and them guessing. The illustrations are beautiful. It's written really well. So even though it's a little bit longer, it's not bad, just more than my 2-year-old can handle, which isn't saying much. So I actually plan on doing this activity with my kids. I haven't gotten to it yet. So my personal favorite from this stack this week was Frank Was a Monster Who Wanted to Dance by Keith Graves. And it is about a monster who loves to dance, and as he like shakes it and is breaking down, he gets so crazy that his head unzips and his brains fall out and his eye rolls down the stairs and his arm falls off and all sorts of silly, gross little things that my kids were just cracking up about, and I was enjoying it as well. Suddenly his head began to unzip. Out flopped his brain, which plopped on the floor. Ew. The next one I want to tell you about is The Haunted Party by Isa Trapani. And this is a counting book. Elise really seemed to enjoy this book. It started with 1 ghost, then 2 skeletons, then 3, whatevers as they went up. But it's a rhyming text. It wasn't too long. And it counts up to 10 and then back down, which is nice.
See? And I'm going to be a princess for Halloween. And the ghost said, boo!
The next book I'm going to tell you about is Click Clack Boo, A Tricky Treat by Doreen Cronin. This is the author of Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type. I'm pretty sure you guys are mostly familiar with that book. But this is the story of the animals on Halloween, and they're throwing a party in the barn, and the farmer's not okay with it. And it has lots of fun sound words, like there is a creak, creak, creaking. And then there's another page where there's the tap, tap, tapping, and you get to see all the animals dressed up for Halloween. So here's the sheep dressed up as witches, and let's see. My daughter loved this page. The mice were dressed up as princesses, and
Halloween party at the barn. Right here it shows the prizes that you want to get. Most candy eaten, scariest boo, loudest scream, and best costume.
The last book that I'm going to tell you about is called The Costume Copycat, and it is by Marianne McDonald. And again, this was a book that my daughter Elise really latched onto. The dressing up part of Halloween is super fun, and this highlights the costumes. So there's 2 sisters, and one sister's costume always seems to work out great, and the younger sister's costume doesn't seem to work out. And so every year she tries to be just like the big sister was last year, but it keeps failing on her. So finally, she decides to make up her own costume and be creative, and that's when things work out for her. So you can see, it again is just fun illustrations. And here's the part where she makes up her own costume and puts her own special flair on it.
This says, I love Halloween. And she looked in the mirror and she saw her ghost, and she wanted to be a ghost too, like her sister that was a ghost. It says, you dress up as a ballerina. We'll love you.
So those are the 6 books that I'm highlighting for this Halloween, and there are loads of good Halloween books out there. I'd love to hear what your favorites are. You can just put them in the comments below. Also, I'm going to put the links for all of these books in the comments below in case you want to check them out a little bit more. And yeah, we've got some more book hauls coming up soon for fall and Thanksgiving. It's time to be thinking about getting those Thanksgiving books on hold, so I'm hoping to have that up for you soon. So, happy Halloween. Did he cry? Goodness no! Buttons come and buttons go. And I just keep singing my song. It's really catchy. I love that it's got some counting and some singing, and it's silly, and that it's also about kind of taking life as it comes to you and not stressing about the little things. And then it ends with about his belly button. Oh, that's one of our favorite parts. Cubby, you like Pete the Cat?
Yeah.
Yeah.